Goedemiddag, dames en heren. Good afternoon, Dumelang. Welcome to the session for online participation, where we discuss how the online participation should be run from the teacher's side. Please note this is only for educators. So the online participation then for the Old Mutual South African Mathematics Olympiad, or SAMO. The website where the Olympiad will be hosted is https and then semicolon www.samfolympiads.co.za. Note that it is not the same website as the normal SAMF website. And this is for grade 8, grade 9, and for seniors, grade 10 to 12 learners. Now, you should all have seen this page of your school where you have the school details on the left. You had the statistics on the right where you could complete the statistics. Note the two tabs directly underneath the school name, school selection, which is currently selected, and learner entries. We'll get back to the learner entries a bit later. Please ensure that the school details below are updated so that we do know that we have your most current contact details. Now, just above the table of statistics was an Excel template for a first round learner template. You can download the Excel from there. And this is the Excel that you will use to upload the learner names. Now, when you complete the Excel, please make sure that you keep the top part the same. And it should be completed for all grades on all 5 the tabs. Even though if you don't have a grade 9, the top part should still be completed so that it will read the name of the school code number, the Olympiad organizer, the cell number, and the email. Do not replace school code number just with the school code. It should read school code number 11065 in this case. So you enter the school ID in the top right cell, and you can save the Excel file using that school ID. That would make it easy to retrieve. Enter the learner details in the designated cells and indicate race and gender with an X. Has to be with an X, otherwise the system will not be able to read the learner and it will not recognize the learner as having entered. Maintain the learner code numbering sequence. It is currently numbered up to 08020 for 20 learners. If you have more learners, just add them underneath, but keep carrying on with the code numbering. Once you've completed the Excel, at the bottom of your completed table of statistics, you will note a choose file and the import learners button. You'll also see that here there's another Excel template button where you can also download the Excel template from. So you will click on the choose file to browse for the file in your computer. Then select the Excel file that you have, that you've saved, and then the file name will be displayed. So it will say choose file, and then the file name. It will not say no file chosen any longer. Once the file name is there, you can click on import learners. Now, once you've said import learners, you can go to the top of the page and look at the learner entries tab. Directly under the school name, you have the school selection tab and the learner entries tab. So if you now click on the learner entries tab, please make sure that all your learner names appear on this page. They will all be there alphabetically. For all of them, round one would currently say null, and the exam token ID will still be blank. But you first need to click on generate exam tokens. Then each learner will be assigned a unique token. Once you've done, you can print the exam tokens and issue them to the learners. You can do this before the time. They can have their tokens already. The Olympiad will not open until the 13th. And once they've logged in on the 13th with their exam token ID, it will only run for 1 hour and then close. So they will use the token to log into the exam page. This was on the SAMF website. If you now go to the SAMF Olympiads website, note that they will only need the exam token. They will not need to register. They will not require a password. This is different from last year. They will only need the exam token. So if you now go to the SAMF Olympiads website, you should see this. South African Mathematics Foundation online examination. And on the left-hand side, SAMF Online, Home, and Log In. Your learners will then click on Log In. And under the login, it will ask, enter your exam token and log in. The unique exam token will take the learner to the correct Olympiad. So a grade 8 learner will then be taken to the grade 8 Olympiad, and the grade 10 learner will be redirected to the senior Olympiad. Please make sure that that is the case. And if it is not, please let us know on the 13th so that we can try and sort that problem before it becomes a big problem. But we have tested the system and it did work. Once the examination has started, you'll see that there's a timer at the top right corner. It will start at 60 minutes and start counting down as soon as this page has been opened. Learner name should appear and the examination date should appear there. So learners click on the correct button or radio button for their answer, A, B, C, D, or E. What we have found is that on certain devices, it tends to sometimes cut off the D and the E options. Then it's better to turn the device so that it's used on landscape rather than portrait mode to ensure that all the options are visible. Excuse me. So once a learner then is finished with the last question, regardless of the time remaining, there will be a submit button, and they can click on that submit button. If the time counts down to 0, then it will automatically close and take whatever has been entered as submitted. The results will be published shortly after the learner has taken the Olympiad. If they try to log in again, they should see this page where you have already completed the examination and you cannot repeat again. Now, if you go back to the SAMO website, once you are done, then on the SAMO website under the Learner Entries tab, you'll now see that the round 1 nulls has changed to the learner scores. And that, in short, is what the presentation is all about. So let's see if we have any questions. Marissa?
Herman, there was a question on whether the Excel spreadsheet is case sensitive.
Yes. Although it shouldn't make a big problem.
Is there a specific time, or can they do it anytime on the 13th?
They need to be invigilated. That is an important part of the online, especially since the Olympiad tab can be opened with other tabs. So a teacher invigilating should be vigilant for that a learner do not open another tab and start searching on the internet or on AI for answers to questions. So, but the timing is depending on the school's program. So each school can write at their designated time.
Perfect. Herman, there's a development question regarding Firefox. I'll send that to you afterwards. Can students go back and check answers once they've submitted an answer?
If they've clicked on the answer, they can go back, go on to the next question, and yes, they can go back. But if they've clicked on submit at the end of the paper, then they cannot go back. So they should not click on submit before they've answered all their questions. So they can click on the answers will be remembered, but they must not click on the submit until all of the questions has been answered.
Thank you. Can I please ask David to take over from Margot's question? I need to mute myself on this side for a while. Apologies for that. Margot asked how do I ensure my late registered learners are indeed registered?
The late registered learners you will have to add them to the Excel sheet. And you can check on this table of statistics whether the numbers have been changed to reflect the extra learners.
Herman,
Yes, Deva.
Yes, this is if a student device loses a connection, can they get back in again?
If they lose connection, the exam should stop and then they will be able to go back and connect again. But they must be aware that the timer might continue counting. So that's why it is crucial that the teachers ensure that it does not overlap with a load shedding schedule, if that is applicable at that stage.
Other one, do all learners have to write at the same time, or can they have multiple sessions?
Your grade 8s have to write all at the same time. Your grade 9s all have to write at the same time. And your seniors, grade 10 to 12, all have to write on the same time because they write the same paper. So you can have 3 different sessions, one for each of the grade 8s, the grade 9s, and the seniors.
Another one, have you run this on Firefox for landscape-related issues?
I've not had any landscape-related issues on Firefox. It could be a setting on the computer that it should fit to screen. The school does not need computers. The learners can do it on cell phones, on laptops, on tablets, on iPads.
Is there a way learners can download their answers when they are done to help in preparation for round 2?
No, there isn't. We are working on that so that we can supply them with their answers again afterwards. But the best would be to let them have a piece of paper so that they can keep track of their answers as well, especially in case they need to go back to a question. I will go back to show you where to get the exam token. Schools can still register for the Olympiad this week, but only for email and for online. The pen and paper registrations have closed. We will not be packing any more parcels and sending it out. So if you still need to register, you can register for the online option or for the email option. Excuse me.
Herman,
Yes, you
last
can immediately
one.
start uploading the names.
Yes, the last one.
Sorry, Deva, you were saying?
No, I was referring to the last one. As for today, should we now be uploading the names after this
Yeah.
meeting?
Yeah. You can start by completing the Excel. And as soon as the Excel is completed, you can upload it. If it doesn't upload, it means that something is not correct. That means either the school code is not in the correct position, or the top part was not completely correct, was not completely filled in, or each of the 5 tabs. Remember, the top part of the Excel on each of the 5 tabs has to be completed for the Excel to be ready to be uploaded.
Thank you, Herman. There are no more questions, but I think they just need that previous step on how to upload the learners and to get the tokens.
Yeah. I'll just quickly run through it again. I see there was a couple of people that was late. It is for the seniors, so grade 8, grade 9, and then grade 10, 11, and 12 write the same paper. Make note of the SAMF Olympiads website address. That is where the Olympiad is written. It's not on the usual SAMF webpage. You should know this, and please note directly under the school's name on the top left, the school selection tab and the learner entries tab. This will get back to the learner entries tab. You need to download the Excel. You'll see it on the right-hand side by the statistics table. There's a first round template for the Excel. When you complete the Excel, please note that you complete the top part. That's the combined registration form part, the name of the school line with the school code number, and the Olympiad organizer name with the cell number and email for each one of the 5 tabs. If that is not completed, the Excel will not upload. Also, keep the numbering. If you have more than 20 learners in grade 8, you can add them at the bottom of the Excel, but keep numbering them then from further on. So 08021, 08022 will be the next learners. You need to indicate race and gender. Otherwise, the system will not be able to read the learner. If you're not comfortable with completing race, then you can complete other. To upload the Excel, you look at the bottom of the table of statistics, where you will see the choose file and the import learners buttons. Click on the choose file button to browse for the Excel file that you need to import. Once it's collected the Excel, the name will be displayed instead of saying no file chosen. And then you can click on import learners. Now, once you've clicked on import learners, you can go back up to the top, directly under the school name, click on the learner entries tab. If you click on the learner entries tab, your learner names should all appear there. At this stage, the exam token ID will still be blank, and the round 1 column will all have null. Now, if your names does not appear there, that means that the Excel has not uploaded, and you need to return to that and look at the Excel again to ensure that it is correct and try and upload it again. Once you've uploaded the Excel, you click on Generate Exam Tokens, and then the 6-digit unique exam tokens will be generated. And once you've done that, it will appear on the list. And then you can also print the exam tokens for each of the learners, so where the learner name and the exam token ID will appear together. You can give that to the learners, and you can give it to them so long they will only be able to use it on the 13th. The website will not be active before the 13th. So they will not be able to log in or gain access to the Olympiad before the 13th. Each learner with an exam token number will use that to gain access to the samfolympiads.co.za site prior to the commencement of the exam. They will not be required to enter a password or register. They will only need the exam token. Then if you go to the SAMF Olympiads website, you click on log in. The learners will click on log in. And under log in, it will ask them to enter the exam token and log in. The exam token being unique will take a grade 8 learner to the grade 8 Olympiad, grade 9 learner to the grade 9 Olympiad, and the grade 10, 11, and 12 learners to the senior Olympiad. If you want to change the head of department, please send an email to either myself or to David. We will have to make that change for you. After the Olympiad, you can provide the learners with their own results. The results will be available on the Learner tab. Is there any questions further? We will be sharing that recording on the SAMF YouTube channel, as well as on the online group. And I will also share the presentation on the online WhatsApp group. If that is everything, then thank you very much for joining us today. Learners who obtain 50% or more will advance to the second round. And I just want to imprint on you again, it has to be invigilated. We've seen that the learners can open other tabs while they're busy with the Olympiad and search the internet or use AI to try and solve questions. So you will need to invigilate even the online exam. Calculators, no go. Definitely not. It won't help them. All your questions are answered. Thank you very much for joining us. Please remember Prof. Pillai's book, The 1000 Olympiad Maths Problems. The test will close after 1 hour. So as soon as a learner has logged in with their exam token, the exam will open and it will immediately start counting down from 60 minutes. So the learner will need to be there immediately and then start writing immediately. They can't log in and then go away and come back later. The timer will have taken time down. So once they've logged in, they need to stay there for the hours so that they can finish their exam. Well, I sincerely hope the learners will all be done before midnight on the 13th. But in principle, yes, we will leave it open until the end of the 13th. If there's no further questions, then yes, thank you, Marissa. Thank you, David.
Bye.